All right. Okay, hang on. I'm not chasing the East Coast blizzard because I didn't have an interest in it. That's all it is, really. Just didn't have an interest in going over there. That's all. All right, let me get the live stream put up on the TV so that I can watch the chat. Oh, yep. Damn Judge Maria Lazar, I tell you, man, she's always a pain. Every time we open up the TV, it's something about this Maria. I guess she's not very nice or something. But hold on a second, guys. We're just getting started here. I gotta get warmed up in here. It's so freaking cold that it's just cold. I don't like this weather. Warm it up some in here. So we're gonna do a couple of things today that sort of have been putting off, sort of not. So let me make sure everything's working here before I start doing too much, because otherwise we're gonna be talking and not realize something's wrong. Hang on a second. Can you guys hear me at all? I can't hear myself on the TV. Wait, can you guys hear me? Something's not right. Maybe it's just my TV. All right, you guys sure it's good? It must just be the TV. Because you guys are all saying it's fine. So it just must be the TV. That's weird. I gotta find my tripod. So anyway, there's a couple of things that's wrong with this thing that have been wrong with this thing. And the thing is, we just put a motor in this, right? So now I'm starting to remember all the things that were wrong with it before we parked it. Oh, yep. All right, everybody, the hollow point, we gotta move it. Forgot. Every time on a live stream, we gotta move it. I don't know why. We started doing that a couple of months ago and then I forgot about it. Shoot, I need the tripod. Let me grab the tripod here, or the phone holder. So I gotta do rear shocks on this thing. So we need rear shocks, so we gotta do that. And we gotta do that coolant pipe. So this is the coolant fitting that's leaking, that has been leaking, and it's this heater hose where it goes into the heater core. And they're known to leak, so Dorman has made a replacement that supposedly doesn't leak anymore. It's not leaking right now, but if you do anything in here, if you pull that transmission dipstick out, if you touch it, if you look at it wrong, it starts leaking. The O-rings in there dry up. So you know that it's gonna really start leaking. So we're gonna replace that preventatively, and then probably get coolant all over. And then we're gonna put a thermostat up in this thing because I can't get my heat to go over like or the coolant temperature doesn't really get over 170 unless you're really driving it. And I'm 95% sure this has a 160-degree thermostat in it. It's not supposed to, but I think it's got a 160 thermostat because it seems like if you watch the coolant temperature, it doesn't seem to really open until about like 170, 175, and then it just hovers there. So I don't have much for heat. There's 3 thermostat options for this vehicle. 194 is stock, there's 207, and then there's 160. And a lot of people with these motors that with a tune on them and shit, they put a 160 thermostat in there, but it takes forever to warm up. It's just not. So we're gonna put the 194 thermostat in it. I thought about just pulling it off of the old engine, but why bother? Just put a new one in it, because that other one sat for a year and a half. Maybe the thermostat seized, or it's possible that the thermostat in this is just stuck open. That could be it too. But regardless, it's not leaking coolant. It's not other than what we know, it's not burning coolant. Knock on wood. And the radiator is doing what the radiator should do. The fans are not stuck on. It's pretty safe to say it's the thermostat. Even though there's probably nothing wrong with it, the thermostat, it's probably just the wrong thermostat. So we've also got rear shocks because the rear shocks on this are absolutely blown out. So we got the Ranchos, because I've got Ranchos up front and they ride really nice. And we carry a lot of weight in the back of this, so we need shocks. But if you watch this thing, like, I can even do it with one. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but here, if you really get it bouncing, it stays. They're shot. They're absolutely shot. And it should just be one bolt up here and then one bolt on the bottom. And I'm sure we got to take this stupid freaking wheel liner off. So that's going to be just stupid. And then my white Tahoe out there, I think it might have just shit the bed. So I was driving it here and it just shut off. Or it went into reduced engine power mode, which it's never done before. But you'll notice, you see this giant puddle under there? Well, maybe you can't, but there's a ginormous puddle under that thing. And it's definitely transmission fluid. Hold on, I don't know how to unzoom you. Oh my God. Is that better? So anyway, it's got a hell of a puddle. So I don't even think it's a rear main anymore. I think it's a freaking transmission seal or something. So I don't think it actually shit the bed. I'm just being dramatic, but I think it went into reduced power mode because it missed a shift. Because I think it's pissed all of its transmission fluid out of it, or most of it. So we're gonna dump transmission fluid in there, go get some brake clean, and we're gonna spray everything off, clean it all up underneath there, put some degreaser on it, and figure out what's actually leaking, if it's the rear main, the transmission seal, like the input shaft seal, or what. But this is obviously, this comes first. So we will we'll get this thing going. So I don't know if I want to start with that thermostat. The thermostat's pretty easy. It's right there. But it's going to spill coolant everywhere. And now let me see how hot our coolant is. I have a tool for that. Because I really don't want to get burnt on the coolant. Okay, so it's not. No, Chris, I don't like Toyota. So no, I never regret not buying a Toyota because I don't like Toyota. Definitely do not like them. Anyway, check some of the pipes. I mean, 90 degrees, that's bath water. I just want to make sure I'm not about to burn the shit out of myself. This is actually what I should have done to see if we had an issue. See, like on the... yeah, thermostat's open for sure because we've got temperatures. See where that laser is? So what I'm doing is I'm checking the temperature of these coolant pipes. And then I'm checking the temperature down there of like the water pump. And it's about the same, which means that thermostat's open. If that thermostat was closed, right in there, if that thermostat was closed, we wouldn't, one of these would most likely be hotter than the other for the amount of time that this ran. I mean, obviously we're looking at rubber hose, and then down there we're looking at aluminum, so I expect a temperature difference, but they're about the same. Which tells me that, yeah, see, like there's the lower radiator hose, here's the upper radiator hose, lower hose. So it goes in, thermostat's in there, water pump, and then comes out. So that tells me that thermostat, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, that means the thermostat should be open. So I believe it is just, I don't think there's actually a problem. I think it's just just the wrong thermostat in there, which is fine. I mean, that's not a problem per se. But it's an expensive ass thermostat because it's the whole thing now. It's not just the thermostat, it's the housing. It's so stupid. And like I said, we could pull it out of the other engine, but for $50-something, like, we'll just get a new one because the other engine sat for so long. It's like, it might be stuck too, but again, I don't think it's stuck open. I think we've just got the 160-degree thermostat. And when we pull it out, it might even say on the thermostat. The aftermarket one, it doesn't, but the one that's in there, it might say, oh yeah, right there, 194F on the inside there. So it might be stamped on that other one, and we'll see if it says 160. That's why I think it's a 160 thermostat, because it just seems to open it and it never ever gets up past that. So, well, I mean it does, but you have to be really driving it. So we have to get these rear shocks replaced. I don't really know what all that entails. I've never done it on one of these Tahoes, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Sure, it's within the range of possibility. Yeah, you see, there's a bolt right there and a bolt right there. Man, that looks too easy. Something's about to go wrong. Yeah, the Hilux. I agree though. The Toyota Hilux is actually really nice. I will admit I do like that Toyota. But all right, so we got to reach up there and get that bolt, which means we got to get this freaking fender liner out of the way. I wonder if I can do this without. Now let's just pull the wheel off. No reason to be lazy, I guess. Just pull the wheel off. I do need my tripod. These, I believe, are the factory shocks. I don't think they have ever been done. Ever, which is bad. So that would be why it drives like trash. So I think, let me flip you around. I think the plan of attack here, we're gonna jack this thing up, get the wheel off of it, probably put both sides on jack stands because I want that. That's a straight axle, so I want that axle to be kind of free floating so we can monkey around a little bit with it. God, that is reversed again, isn't it? Why is the image mirrored? It shouldn't be. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can unmirror that, because that's really going to make me annoyed. I think that fixed it. Yeah, that fixed it. There we go. That's better. All right. So again, this is pretty easy stuff to do. It's just I don't really want to do it. So I put it off, and now we're at the point where I really shouldn't put it off anymore. I gotta see where I can pick this thing up with this jack and have enough room to let the axle hang. So I'd like to let the axle just hang because it'd be a little bit easier for getting the shocks on if we hyperextend them. I just have really crappy little jack stands here. And this jack really sucks. I need a better one. It's a low profile one and it doesn't have rapid pump, so it takes forever. It does say that it has rapid pump, but it's definitely not rapid pump. I mean, I also need to make sure I can get them wheels off. I don't know where my wheel, oh shit. Oh no, I don't know where my wheel lock is. Oh shit. Oh no. We actually might not be doing this part because I just realized I don't know what I did with that. Shit. Because those stupid lug nuts have a wheel lock on them, and I totally had, I had the wheel off to do those battery cables, and I don't know what I did with the stupid thing. Oh, shit. So now I gotta, this ain't good. Yeah, guys, I don't know what I did with it. Shit. Because the thing is, I put it somewhere, like, intentionally. Like, I remember I put it somewhere so that I wouldn't lose it, and now I've lost it. It's definitely not in the glove box, I can promise you that. Well, shit. I don't know what I did with it, guys. This ain't good. Only thing I can think of is if I threw it in this box over here. Like, I specifically remember putting it somewhere so that I wouldn't lose it. And then, yep. I think a 12-point socket would fit on here, but I got some 12-point sockets in my hand right now. I'm trying to. Okay, those aren't gonna do it. Yeah, it's definitely oversight on my part. So I knew, like I said, I moved the damn thing or put it somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. And then I lost it. But I got one last thought here. It might be in the back. Unlikely, but it might be in my bag here. Yeah, it's definitely not in there. That's just all tow ropes. I definitely wouldn't have put it in there. Well, shit, now we're really in trouble. Well, that's just great. Yeah, I've got several of these too, but I just don't. Well, let me run outside real quick to the other truck because I think there's a spare one in that truck. I think, but I might be wrong. You might lose my audio for a sec. Pray to God there is one in here. Not good. Oh, fuck. Nope. Well, now we're really in trouble here, so we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. Because I need that badly. It's what I hate about those stupid locking, or they're not even locking lug nuts, they're just a stupid spline pattern. Like, I had to have done something with it. Because I cleaned all this up. Like, I feel like maybe it's underneath something, because I specifically remember setting it somewhere. Because I thought, hey, I better not lose that. And then I lost it. And now we're really screwed. So that's not cool. My shoe's untied. But it's just always something. Like, I can't catch a fucking break around here. It's just getting ridiculous. Absolutely getting ridiculous. I feel like I threw it in this. I've got like a tool bag of like spare parts. I feel like I threw it in here, but I don't think I did. It has to be in this freaking shop somewhere. Like, I feel like we have to be able to find it. It's not like it walked away. So like, it has to be here somewhere. Was that it? No, that's a spark plug socket. That's what it looks like, though. Kind of looks like a spark plug socket. If I find an 18 millimeter 12 point, that might work too. There's a 19 millimeter 12 point. I don't know where my 12 point socket set went, though. The 19 millimeter was pretty close. I don't want to strip them. So, well, this is stupid. Why is it always something like this? Always. I wonder if we can do it without Yeah, man, it's definitely not in my office. I know that for sure, but appreciate all the suggestions, guys, but I promise I've spent so much time here. I definitely know where it's not. There's no reason things don't go in there. But this is really stupid. It's absolutely stupid. I mean, I can go get one, but Discount Tire is the only people that sell that frickin' splined wheel lock. Did I throw it in the door pocket? No. There's no reason it would be in there. My only other thought is that on this cluster F, because this is where everything was going, where everything went that was kind of not needed or whatever. And yeah, this really sucks. Well, we're going to try to do... Oh, hey, look at that. I found it. See, it's right there. Yeah, definitely appreciate all the suggestions, guys, but the filter caught it, and it was on Facebook. And somebody called me an idiot for not searching everywhere around the building. Okay, well, I tell you what, when you come work at my building, you can tell me I'm an idiot for looking in certain places and an idiot for not looking in certain places. But I think I know the building a little more than the random guy in Idaho. But that's what it is. I'm gonna spray paint this pink or orange or something because I misplaced this in plain sight all the freaking time. Better yet, I should really just replace it with normal lug nuts. Because all it is I think it's just a 12 point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's a 12 point socket is all it is, but I think it's like a half size. Kind of dumb, kind of not. I don't know. Depends on your opinion. It's a theft deterrent, but these wheels aren't that expensive. They're not exactly a high dollar item. I gotta find a socket that fits it now. Go figure. Discount Tire balanced these tires for me the other day, so they are known to over torque things. So I want to make sure I can actually break these wheel lugs loose before I raise it up too much. Just want to crack them loose so the impact isn't fighting them. God, they over torque this stuff. I don't know if they just don't know how to use their torque wrench or if they're not using a torque wrench and they're just hammering them on as hard as they can go, but factory spec on this vehicle is 90 foot-pounds, and this is 90 foot-pounds. I should be able to easily pull with one hand with like no effort. And I'm really pulling on these. They're like 150 or something stupid. I don't know what they're doing, but Discount Tires are hit or miss. Some of them are really, really good, and some of them are really, really not that great. There's 3 of them in Madison. I recommend the one on Verona Road. They're much better than the one up there on the east side and the one over there on the west side. That Verona Road one is just way better. Better customer service. They care about the car a little bit more, kind of thing. God, this jack sucks. I gotta get a new one. As soon as money allows, I'm getting a new one. Because I'm sick of fighting with this damn thing. Always a fight. I had to get a bigger one. And something with a little bit nicer wheels on it. Just a nicer piece of equipment, really. Try to not grab the gas tank there. Just settled on that other jack stand is all. All right, and that frees up our jack to go under the axle so we can move it up and down. So we'll put that right under the center of the rear axle, just as a safeguard, but also we can move it up and down then. I'm gonna push on this so I'll make sure it's not gonna fall off. I think we're good. That's what your girlfriend said? Which part? Oh, I hammer my stuff on with an impact all the time, but I also feel like I use common sense on when to stop. And that seems to be the problem, is a lot of people are no longer possessing the common sense needed to know when tight is tight enough. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of a check here. Brake pads look good. Now would be the time to do them, but they look probably 70%. The rotor is nice. I don't see no problems under here. No leaks. Exhaust hanger is good. ABS sensor. I don't know. I might even be able to. I'm half tempted to cut this damn wheel liner, honestly. Cut a notch out of it so we can access that. Because I want to be able to get to this without pulling the wheel liner. And all we have to do is cut a little crescent out of it. So we're going to do that because these are all plastic clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm not taking 20 of these plastic clips out and expecting them to go back in. There's no way. So we're going to make a slight modification. It's probably the way that it should have came from factory, honestly. And I got just the tool for that. It's called a knife. And this is going to make my job simpler and the next guy's job simpler. Again, I don't like to hack my stuff up, but if we can do a nice job, because this is kind of felt, what we'll do is we'll take the butane torch and we'll burn it so it doesn't fray. We'll make a nice little cut so we can access that nut, just like how it should have been from the factory, because we're going to break probably half of these, what did I say, 24 plastic clips? And this is a real pain in the ass to get in and out of here, fighting with those clips. And then sometimes it hangs, so it's better to just not disturb it, because that nut is literally right there. So we're going to do this nicely so that it doesn't look like a hack job. You know, I'm okay with vehicle modifications like this as long as you do a nice job. You know? Actually, we don't even need to totally remove it. Look at that. There it is there. We can just leave it like this. Hell, we could even put 2 little zip ties on there. Yeah, I hate wheel liners, man. Especially these like fiber ones. They're like it's almost like a felt, like cloth material. You can buy aftermarket wheel liners that are actually like actual plastic for these. And I think I'm gonna get a set because these hold the dirt, so it's hard to power wash the dirt out of these. It really sticks in there. They look terrible. So I mean, I agree. I hate wheel liners. Look at that. It's basically it. I wonder if that might even be the socket right here. It is. What are the chances that this tiny little 3/8 impact has the balls to get that off of there? Loud noises. Sorry. I can't tell if it's spinning the bolt. Yeah, it's spinning the bolt, so that's not a huge deal. Looks like it's not that hard to put a wrench on the back of. Maybe it is. Oh shit, you can't see it. Oh man, how are you supposed to do that? You can't even get to. Shit. Now that is dumb. Folks, that is dumb. It's like half inside of a bracket. What the frick, man? Well, you almost were gonna have to put a socket on it. Unless you can get it from the top. We're gonna have to use a socket. There's no way I'm gonna be able to fit a wrench in there. That is really stupid. God, I hate when they design crap like that. I was trying to see what size it is. I think it's bigger than a 13/16. So what's a 13/16 in metric? Isn't that like 21 or something? It's really close to 21, I think. This is probably what, a 22? I can't see. I can't put our favorite adjustable wrench in there. Oh, I got it. Shit, I don't have a... Okay, it's on. Let me go grab a 1/2-inch drive wrench. This is just stupid. Like, there's no reason for that. You know what they could have done to avoid this? They could have welded the nut on the back of that bracket, just like probably anybody else in their right mind would have done in the manufacturing process. Put a weld nut on the back and called it good. Hold on, I need an adapter. I have a plan in my mind, but we got to do it a certain way here. I think I need a U-joint too. They could have really made this hell of a lot easier. All right, so I got a couple of parts here that I'm sure we can make work. I got a 3/8 drive ratchet, a 1/2-inch extension, 1/2-inch U-joint, 3/8 to 1/2-inch reducer, and then I got a 3/8 bar here too. So something out of this should be able to fit in there. Because we have to get behind it. Even with that wheel liner off, you can't. I thought maybe if we did take it off, we could get to it from the top, but we can't. There's just no way. Hell, I don't even know. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I might have to get a short socket. I don't know if it makes more sense to pull the socket out and put the wrench on the socket and then try to line it up, or if it makes more sense to just leave the socket in there and put the wrench on it. It's really a blind hole, guys. You really can't. This is really dumb. Frickin' Chevrolet. Let me try putting this long extension on there. Make an attack at this from farther back.
because the exhaust is partially in the way. I imagine the other side will be easier, but I'm certainly not going to pull the exhaust down just to do this. That would be ridiculous. I almost wonder if that's what they want you to do, because if you pulled the exhaust down, you could reach your hand up. I bet you they want you to do that, but I'm not doing that. That would be silly. Okay. That's on there. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. This is a joke. Now I need another socket to be a cheater bar. This is so stupid. Oh my God, why? Why? Just why do we do this? So we're gonna take this socket and shove this extension in it. So now we have a giant handle. We're gonna put it on that other end of that socket wrench, which is, you can't even see it. It's back in, right in there. And that's gonna hold the back of our bolt. And then we're gonna try to zip that off of there. Oh my God, are you kidding me? A piece of shit just fell off of there. God bless America, you piece of, God damn it. Oh my God. That took me so long. Hold on, maybe I can get it. Oh, I got it back. I don't think that's the right size socket, but let's just full send it. It'll be fine. Worst case scenario, it strips out and I gotta go get the acetylene torch and cut it off. I'm kind of wondering if it'd just be easier to cut the thing off. Oh, that might not be the right size at all. I can't even like turn it. Oh, no, that's okay. All right. Okay, this is gonna be a little sketchy. Loud noises. Ah, shit, it just slipped off again. I must have the wrong size, or I'm not straight on or something. Something's not right. But we're gonna full send. Watch out for loud noises. Oh, you heifer. I don't know if that's... Jesus! Cripes! I don't know if this thing is stripping or if it's actually coming. I don't know if I just stripped it in the socket or not. No, it's coming. It's just slow. It's got freaking Loctite on it. Definitely factory. Red Loctite. Holy shit, that's hot. There it is. Yeah, leave that over there. That's hot. Hot potato there. I'm sure that's stuck in the thing. Now we can attack the lower one here. This just shouldn't be so hard. At least look at this. I can actually work with this one, right? I actually see that one. We just need an adjustable. I just need to grab the metric hammer here. All right, guys, I got a metric hammer and a claw hammer. So either way, we're gonna get that bolt out of there. But I got the metric hammer, and we're gonna use the metric hammer to hold our nut. Here's the metric hammer. See how tight this thing is. All right, loud noises. Trying to walk it out with the metric hammer. Rust dust is not good. All right, I picked up the axle a little bit. Shit. That is not good. There it goes. It's free. Look at that. Ta-da. Now this top one. Oh, I thought it was seized, but it's not. God damn. So I'm going to cheat. We're going to use the bolt and a claw hammer, which is not the right hammer. Today's episode of FML is sponsored by my previous employer and all their Medicare violations and civil suits. I stole this hammer, but I was also the mechanic, so that's okay. So we're going to use this as a drift. Up there. Whoa! Hot potato. There she is. Wow, what a little miserable little thing. All right, now let's do the test. Let's see how bad it was. Back up so you can see me. Oh, wow. Hold on. All right, any mechanics in the chat? You think this is bad? You hear that? You hear the fluid rattling around in there? Holy smokes, this thing is shot. Look at this. It doesn't even come back. You got to pull it apart. That is so shot. For those of you that don't know, those should like instantly come apart and there should be a lot of resistance. That thing is shot. All right, we got new aftermarket, which I'm sure there's probably something defective about these in some way. We'll line them up. They're not the same. So they are not the same, but that doesn't mean that they don't work. So it could just be they have more travel. But yeah, that thing was freaking cooched bad. So they've got this band on it. We're not going to cut the band until we're ready, because I don't want it to expand and make our lives miserable. I kind of want to mount these upside down. I think they would look cooler, but I also don't. Any of you guys know with these ranchos, are you actually supposed to invert them? Because of this bellow on there, but I'm afraid if they're up, the bellow is going to collect water in there. But if they're upside down, it'll drain out the top. Am I supposed to invert these? Technically, does it matter? Let me ask Rock. I mean, technically, a shock is a shock, but... Oh, shit. It's just, everybody with freaking Ranchos I see has them inverted. Hey, rear Rancho RS 5000 shocks on Chevy Tahoe. Am I supposed to invert these and mount them with the red bellow down or up, or does it not matter?
Let me check the Rancho specs for you. For the rear on a Chevy Tahoe, do not invert the Rancho RS 5000 or RS 5000X. Mount them rod up, body down.
Okay. So that just goes to prove that everybody with these are running around with them not properly installed. The only reason I ask, guys, is because like 99.9% of the time, you mount your shock like this. You know, with the fluid reservoir on the bottom. But it seems like everybody with Rancho shocks inverts them. And I don't know why. I just was making sure there wasn't some reason we were doing that. So. And I guess there's not, so I think we're good. So where'd my bolts go? God bless. All right, there's one bolt. I think the other bolt fell into the frame pocket. Yep, it sure did. Oh, there it is. Hot potato. Look out. All right, how does this go in here? I don't want it to get tangled up in the brake line. Okay. This parking brake cable threw me off, but we're good. Come on, you heifer. Piece of junk. Chevrolet. Buy Chevrolet. Buy American. Yeah, okay, we'll make them a little easier to work on. I mean, this isn't hard. I shouldn't really complain. I'm just complaining because I can't fit my arm in here and I don't want to take that exhaust off. I think if you pop that muffler off, I bet you've got a clear shot in here. But I can't even do this, guys. This is so dumb. I think the other side should be significantly easier. I think. All right, I don't want to do that again, so let's thread the nut on there. We're going to delete the factory Loctite because, I mean, come on now. All right, so now that can't go nowhere. So now we need to put the bottom bolt in. Chevrolet in the UK is awful. Is it even the same Chevrolet? So I know in Australia it's like Holden or something. So we want to get this thing lined up. We're almost there. But I don't really want to cut this strap because it gives you like one shot to do it. Oh, fuck it. Let's just cut the strap. Wish me luck. Oh, I can just walk it off, can't I? This is a mistake, isn't it? Oh, my glove is stuck. But we got it. Ah, shit. Oh, Christ. Hold on, let me unthread my glove. Oh, shit. There we go. Sometimes that's a mistake. All right, it's a little bit cooched. A little tweaked, but if I have to, we can just jack the axle up a little bit to get the pressure off of it. I think we're good. All right, that probably boogered all those threads up, but damn it, it's on there. And all I can tell you guys is a good cross thread. Nothing holds like a good cross thread. So as long as we get a nice tight cross thread on that thing, she'll be just fine. And then it's the next guy's problem, which I'll probably still be the next guy. So. All right, people, loud noises. Click. That's torqued, right? Anybody confirm that that was the right torque spec? All right, now I need the zip tie. Oh my God. Exactly, a good cross thread works way better than Loctite. See, I completely agree, and I'm so invigorated to see that other people agree with my point of view on that. If we cross thread every bolt, it'll never come loose. Oh, that rust, that orange rust dust is just killing me. All right, so we're gonna install the factory tactical zip tie here. Man, this is gonna make this truck ride so freaking nice. Because that those shocks are shot. I like that they give you a nice beefy zip tie. Make sure the bellow is on there nicely. Ah, shoot, got one shot here. I want to make the zip tie work, so it's a nice zip tie. There we go, look at that. Wow. High quality, folks, right there. High quality. Freaking tactical zip tie. Included in the box. These people know what's up. All right, got that cut off nice and smooth. Cut the banding off. Wow, and those will be dirty in about 6 seconds. Yeah, these should last a while. I know a lot of people dog on Rancho, like they just don't like Rancho, but like the Rancho quick lifts that I got in the front for the leveling kit, I've never had a problem with them. I think they're great. I like how they ride nice. I like the ride quality a lot. I don't know why people give them such a rough time. All right, guys, loud noises again here while I torque this to spec. Well, apparently not. So we got to back that thing up with a wrench, don't we? Oh, I was hoping I wouldn't have to somehow, but no, we're going to have to. Oh, good Lord. Where is the socket wrench? Because it's got to be up here somewheres in the abyss. There she is. All right, well, I'm just going to go back under this thing and hate my life for a minute. Oh, God. I need a creeper in here so bad. I don't know how I've gone 2 months without a creeper, but I got to get one in here. I can't do this anymore without one. Well, what the hell? Hold on. Trying to get this in there. All right, it's on. God, this is so cheesy. How you got to reach up in here. If I had my stick welder here, I would tack this nut on the back of this frame. Then you just put the bolt through. Call it a day. Okay, loud noises. Oh, what the oh, son of a bitch. You idiot. I had it on reverse, not forward. God damn it. But I can't let go of this wrench or it's going to come out of there. So I got to like reach it with this extension. It went way over there toward the middle of the car. Oh, my God. What the hell? What an idiot, right? This guy's an idiot. Doesn't know what he's doing. All right. Well, that shit show is over with. I can only imagine what the comment section's like right now. Oh, this idiot, first time you ever worked on a car? Okay. No, but you know what? I can see how you might think that. Definitely can see how you might think that. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, that looks better, so. I think we're just going to leave that little flap like that. All right, should we put the wheel on? I think we should put the wheel on. This thing needs to go to a car wash, too. You guys want to see me freak out and piss off a lot of armchair mechanics on the internet? You want to start some shit? You guys want to stir the pot? I want to stir the pot. You guys ready? Watch this. Did you guys see that? I'm going to do it 3 more times here. Just watch. Did you guys see that again? All right, 1 more time in case you missed it. I didn't hand thread them on. Oh, no! Oh my God, he didn't hand thread them on. call ice. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think these running boards are coming off today too. Probably. All right, let's get some light over here. I thought I saw a spider. I don't know if that is a spider or if that is dirt. We are going to treat it as a spider. Can never be too safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Hold on. Again, I don't know if that's a spider or not, but we're treating it as if it were because you can never be too careful. I don't like spiders. So I sprayed it with Lysol. Is that a spider? You know what? Maybe it is. I do believe it is a spider. Hold on, I'm confirming it's dead. I think it's dead. Hold on, let me hit it with a shovel quick, just in case it is one. Well, it's fucking dead now. All right. Sorry. I don't do spiders. I don't do spiders. I just don't. I had to come look at the chat. Why did I do that? Because they creep me the fuck out. Sorry. Is what it is. Yeah, watch out now. I'm going to get canceled. No, so Lysol is actually good insecticide. I found that out. I had a wasp nest a while ago. And all I had was Lysol, and I Lysoled it. Yeah, the tarantulas, those don't bother me though. Those are more like a small, like fluffy bunny. Yeah, the tarantulas don't bother me. They're too big to be icky. Because we see the tarantulas migrate all the time out there in like the Texas Panhandle and eastern New Mexico and stuff. And they're pretty cool. Those don't bother me. It's more like a small animal. It's like a little squirrel, kind of. I mean, it's the size of a small squirrel. You know what I'm getting at? Like, it's not creepy. Doesn't scare the shit out of you. All right, let's do our modification to the wheel liner. Pretty nice modification here, honestly. Doing a good job with it. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Ta-da! There it is. It's a girl. Look at that. Wow. Loud noises. We're just spinning the bolt. I was afraid of that. Oh, I think I can get to this one. I think I can get to this one, guys. I don't think I'm going to have to cuss at this one. I'm sure I'll cuss at it. Oh, it's freaking fuel pump driver modules. And are you serious? Why would you put that there? Of all the places on this freaking truck that you could put that fuel pump driver, you idiots put it right. Why would you do that? Oh my God, I hate these freaking engineers. Like, what are you doing? Seriously, there's an entire truck where you could have put that and you put it right freaking there. Right freaking there, huh? You just had to put it there. So they put the freaking fuel pump driver module thing directly in the path of this. So now it's even worse than the other side. God freaking dang it, man. What are you people thinking? Give me a break. I don't know if I've got the right size extension configuration to do this either. I think if I take the big extension off, maybe it'll fit. No. Okay, I need a smaller extension is what I need. Because I'm trying to go in from the outbounds or outboard side of the frame rail. That's just stupid. This is stupid. Why? Why do we do this garbage? Well, no, I mean, you're right. It is because it's American made. I will tell you, though, the thing about like Toyotas and hell, even the freaking like Hyundais and stuff. I don't like Hyundai and Kia, but even the Hyundai and Kia, I've worked on a few of them, not a lot. But these foreign cars, it seems like they're built at least a little bit with the mechanic in mind. Maybe not a lot, but I feel like they care a little bit about the mechanic, whereas these American domestic car manufacturers are just like, ha, screw the mechanic. Like, I hope they break their back trying to freaking get this wrench on this bolt. Whereas any other manufacturer would have been like, hey, let's, put that in the other way so that, it's not a 3-hour freaking fight. See, I'm doing this blind, folks, so I can't even tell if the socket's anywhere near the... Okay, loud noises. And potentially cussing. I don't know in which order, though. Ah, come on. Okay, minimal cussing. That's a win. Minimal cussing. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's the least I've cussed on anything today. And I've done a lot today so far. Okay. Oh, did I bring... Yeah, all right. So I got the adjustable hammer. And the brake line's in the way. Really? All right, loud noises. Really? Wow, okay. This one's like extra tight, huh? Oh man. What do you got going on here? Why is that so tight? All right, when in doubt, give me a bigger wrench. Wow, that's weird. Wonder what the thought process is on that. Well, I'm specifically looking for a certain socket. have an idea in mind here. Okay, well, we'll just roll with that. I don't know if one of these will fit or not. I specifically need a 1/2-inch drive. I don't have a 21 1/2-inch drive with me. I mean, I have one, but I don't have it with me. Is that a 22? Yeah. Don't know if I'm going to make this work or not. I don't know why I didn't just... Ah, boy, I don't want to strip that. Oh, how tight is this going to be? Problem is I can't get in here to really... Oh, that was easy. Look at that. I think my battery's just getting weak in that impact. That took all of 2 seconds and an ounce of labor. Okay, so that tells me that bolt is probably seized in the bushing. So we'll just hand wrench this off. So we'll deal with that here in a second. We might need to put some heat on it. We might also be able to just hit it out with a hammer. We'll just wrench it out. Oh yeah, that thing is seized in the bushing. Bad. So I'm really pulling on this thing. I'm gonna leave that nut on there so I can beat on this and not mess up the threads. Wish I had a different hammer, but I don't know if there's any getting that out without cutting it. Probably gonna need some damn heat. I think I'm out of propane for the torch. Might be able to break it loose here. Oh man. Yeah, so sometimes these seize in the bushing. And it's real fun time. I don't think I'm out of torch fuel. I really don't want to. Let me see if I can. So once we get it just a quarter turn or something, it'll come out. Oh, there we go. Just loosen it up in that bushing. Ugh. Oh, it's seized in that bushing good. That's a problem. Yeah, we're turning the bushing, not the bolt. Son of a bitch. Yeah, we might be in trouble. So I don't have anything to cut that stupid ass thing. We can cut it. Then I also need a new shock bolt. I mean, I can get a shock bolt. We can go to Farm and Fleet and get that bolt. Or Tractor Supply and get that bolt. That's not a big deal. But honestly, sometimes just going in there and cutting this little bushing here, just nicking it a little bit, it'll loosen right up. But I'll try hitting it a few times, but I don't have my big hammer, but I couldn't even really fit it in there. It's got this little claw hammer, you know, sponsored by previous employer. Oh man, what a pisser. Hang on here, let me go look. I wonder if I got a little propane torch, because honestly, just giving it a little bit of heat would probably take care of it. Oh, that sucks. Oh, what do we got here in the junk pile? I have a large cutoff wheel, like a grinder, but I don't think that ever made it to the shop. Oh, hey, look what I found. I don't think this is the answer to our problems, but look, I found a real man's hammer. Look at that. Genuine hickory. All right. Except I can't really get it in here, though. All right, guys, it's going to be loud noises for a second. Let me just mute the mic. Yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble because I don't have the tools that I should have at this shop right now. It's not really like a crisis. It's just a, how do I want to go about this without draining the bank? Because I don't want to go buy a tool because I have tools for this, but not accessible at the moment. I wonder if I got a little puller, like a little pulley puller. I can put a pulley puller on there and push that out. Oh, fuck. A little, like I said, a little propane torch to probably get that out of there. I know a lot of people are suggesting the PV blaster, but it's just not gonna help this situation here, unfortunately. Besides, I don't have PV blaster here. I got transmission fluid that works just about as good, but I'm just looking around to see what we got. It's kind of wondering if I got a, like I said, a pulley puller, and we could put the little pulley puller on there and pull the. Yeah, wood wedge ain't gonna do it. I mean, it's seized in the, hold on, there is somebody out. I said my door again. It's seized in the metal part of the bushing. Yeah. And it's spinning inside of the shock eyelet. Oh, it's always something. I mean, we could order a propane torch from Walmart. That's probably just what I need to get, honestly. I thought I had a little power steering, or not a power steering pump pulley, but a little like 2-jaw puller. Damn it. Because that would work out really well. Just put the little puller on there. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I wonder, the problem is I mean, I could go to, that's really what I should do, is go to Harbor Freight and buy a little $4 freaking puller. But I also don't want to take the other truck anywhere right now until I figure out what's going on with that one. So now I'm a little bit stuck. Yeah, Carrie, let me get my non-existent air hammer out. Plug it into my 6-gallon compressor over there. But I don't even think there's room to get in there with the freaking air hammer, to be honest with you. Like I said, guys, I don't mind if I have to just cut this bolt and cut the bushing, it's fine. Because Tractor Supply in town here is open till like 6. And if I had to, I'd go to Farm and Fleet. I mean, I can get that bolt. That's not a big deal. We could sacrifice the bolt, but in the shock, there's the eyelet, and then there's a little bushing in there. And then see this part here, that there's a bolt inside of it. You know, that's the bushing, and it's seized in that metal bushing, and it's spinning in the rubber. So if you heat this up, you're gonna melt all that rubber out of there. Yeah, for sure. But a couple of things can happen. You can melt that rubber, and then you can push the eye of the shock over, the loop, push it over like 1/4 of an inch after you burn the rubber out, and then put a vice grips on there. Or you can actually just heat it up enough that it breaks the bond. I guess I'm gonna pull the top bolt out. I'm gonna pull out the top bolt, and then we'll kind of look into it more, you know, because then I can manipulate the shock a little bit. I might just have to go buy some shit. But a little the little two-jaw puller I used to have would be just fantastic for that. It's just stupid. It's always something, guys. I told you this wasn't gonna be easy. Like, it was easy until it wasn't. That bolt should be pretty well out of there now. Damn near it. Oh, you heifer. It's holding on by like 1/8 of an inch. Oh, this is stupid. God dang it. I really could use another bolt. Here, we'll just shove the extension through there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. It fell down there. Now the extension's probably stuck. See, this is what happens when you're just too lazy to bring all your tools. Like, I could really solve this problem if I just got all of my tools here. I have a lot of tools. There we go. Now I can kind of show you what's going on too. Sorry. So, bad angle, right? But, so here's your bolt. You see this little metal part between the rubber and the mount? That's the bushing that this is seized in. And when we turn this, it just turns that bushing inside the rubber. And it's pretty common when you get a lot of wear and tear on these, just being in there for a while. Hoping maybe if we really pulled on this shock, maybe it would grab. Oh, did it there? It did a little bit. Hoping we could maybe manipulate that a little. Wonder if we could push this to the side and put a vice grips on there. I think we can. Let me go get my little vice grips. If I could put my little vice grips on there, we could probably turn that bolt, and it won't take much to break that free. I think I got a little baby vice grips. I do, right there. Look at that. Just enough to get in there. If we can just get it to hold on to that bushing, we could put the wrench on there. I don't know if I can get this to do that, though. Yeah, I can't even get these vice grips in there. Shit. Well, that sucks. God, this thing is so cooched. There's just no way to get your hammer in there and really swing at it. I mean, you guys think it's worth pulling the brake rotor off? If we pull off the brake rotor, I could swing at it, right? The backing plate would have, yeah, parking brake probably have to come off too, wouldn't it? I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's too much. I don't want to pull the parking brake off because I'd have to probably readjust the parking brakes. I just got the damn thing working again, so. I was gonna say if I could, then we could get an actual swing at this pig. God, that's so stupid. I appreciate all the suggestions, guys. I really do. I really do. But trust me, it ain't my first rodeo with this type of shit. When you're it's like building a house with a Phillips head screwdriver. Like, hey, build me a house. Here's your only tool, a Phillips head screwdriver. Good luck. That's basically what we're doing here. You know, the proper tool would absolutely make this work, but I'm trying to avoid spending money because we are broke. So I'm trying to avoid spending $60 on a new torch or $50 on a new cutoff wheel, you know. But I'll hit it a few times before we move on to plan Z or D or E, whatever we're on, because it might vibrate it enough here loose. Nope. You just can't get a good swing on it, which is really, really shitty. That really sucks. Is there any way, even if I really push it over, could we get a vise on there? You could try hammering the vise grips in there. I can't even hammer them in there. God, that sucks. Well, let's go over to the bench and let me see what the price of different tools are. Let me see what the price of tools are. Yeah, appreciate everybody being here, guys. Thanks for watching the shit show. Because I can get Walmart to deliver and they'd be here within an hour and we could do the rest of what we're doing. Good to see everybody here, though. Walmart does not sell a puller, okay? Does Walmart sell a cutoff tool or grinder? Probably. They do. I think my question is, though, hold on, I've got grinder like cutoff wheels right here. Oh, they're all chipped up. That one's chipped up. That one's used. It's like this. The question is, can I get that in there? Yeah, I would love a Sawzall with a metal blade, but again, just a little bit, you know, I don't want to go spend a couple $100 on tools and shit right now. Just we're really hurting trying to pay for all this shit we're doing. You know, just really trying to be a little conservative. Trying to buy it's going to be the path of least resistance here. I think I can get in there and cut. Oh boy, that'd be real tough to get in there and cut that. Shit. Sawzall might be what we end up with, honestly, because I don't know if I can fit this cutoff wheel in there. I can fit the cutoff wheel in there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit it with a grinder tool on it, you know? Yeah, I almost wonder, guys, maybe we just need to pull that brake rotor off of there and just eat it. I'm not worried about the garage door opener. It'll get here when it gets here. I really honestly don't care. I don't even want people in here working on it. It's just more for me to deal with is all. I'd honestly just rather they not put it in at this point. Just too much to deal with. Let me see. Can I get a Sawzall delivered? Because I mean, you're right. I mean, I really don't want to spend the money on one, but Does Walmart sell a Sawzall? Probably not. Yeah, I could cut the shock off, but I don't want to blow the thing up. But it's even hard to get the damn shock in on that stupid thing. I don't even know what that cutoff wheel, it was just under there sizing it up, and I don't even know if I can cut the bottom of that shock off without nicking the, or without hitting the shock mount, because that cutoff wheel just don't fit in there. Yeah, they actually don't have a reciprocating saw. See what time Tractor Supply is open. Yeah, I would love Harbor Freight, guys, but like I was saying, I don't really have a way to get there because the vehicle's tore up right now. All right, Tractor Supply is open until 7. So that means I can get a bolt to replace that. So we can go ahead and cut that bolt if we have to. So that's okay. All right, so we know we're good here for getting the bolt. So yeah, we can go ahead and purchase some sort of cutting tool. Torch should be all right. Wouldn't take much, a little bit of heat. $22, but does it come with the propane or is it just the propane included? No kidding. Really? I'd rather use MAP gas, but I don't think they sell MAP gas there. Maybe they do. They do not sell MAP gas. Let me look at the service manual real quick. I want to see what it entails when I can't remember what it's like, if it's a pain in the ass when you get that brake rotor off or not. Or the parking brake thing. Because I could just take the brake rotor off and then take off that dust shield and we'd get a good hit at it. I'm looking here. I'll have an answer in a second. So my question is, can I get that backing plate off without pulling that park brake apart? Don't think so. Yeah, I think I gotta pull those parking brake shoes apart. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Hold on here. I'm looking at an exploded diagram here. Dumb. Yeah, this does not have electronic parking brakes. Nope. It's still the old brake pedal with a cable. Yeah, I don't think I can get that dust shield off unless you pull. You want to pull the hub flange off of there, which is really dumb. Really dumb. Okay, well. I'll probably have to cut. Let me see if O'Reilly's sells a puller, because I mean I could probably get the other truck down to O'Reilly's. Let me see if they sell a puller. A little 2-jaw puller would get that thing off of there and push that bolt right out of there. Honestly, I wonder if a tie rod end separator, you know, where you got the 2 fingers and then the jam screw, kind of looks like that. I wonder if that would work. They've got a $12 2-jaw puller. And I think that's what I'm going to get, because we can pull that apart without destroying everything, you know? And then I don't have to go buy a bunch of tools that I'll use once. I'll use them again, but yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. God, what a pisser. Well, I think what we'll do now real quick, let me grab something. I think we're going to do the thermostat and the coolant pipe. So that way that's done. And I got thinking, I don't really have any spare coolant. I don't have any spare coolant. So it's like if we end up leaking a little more coolant than I anticipated, then I'll grab it at O'Reilly's. So I'm going to put the drain bucket underneath where I think that's going to leak. Sure, right there. I don't know. Because it's going to piss a little bit. Out of that thermostat. And if we end up losing more coolant than I anticipated, I'll grab a gallon of pre-diluted coolant and call it a day. So that way, instead of making 2 trips, we only got to make 1 trip. I will be adding more problems. How? How am I adding more problems? I have no idea how fixing my truck is going to be adding problems. I guess I don't follow. I'm going to see if I can get this thing to... I always forget which knob does which on here. Hang on, I got like 355 adjustments on this freaking thing. All right, we're gonna put you up here. I gotta flip you guys around. Hold on, you are just way zoomed in. Let's get you in on the area of interest. It's gonna be right there. Frickin' thing is in the way. Hang on, I gotta move the frickin', oh yeah, look at that. Wow, the intake is in the way. God, who would have thought? Who would have thought that the intake would be in my way? Wow. God, I love plastic parts, not. All right, let me get the PC or the valve cover, PCV, whatever the hell we're calling these tubes out of the way. These love to break. And I always forget to pull one of them off, and then I break them. And then I have to replace them with a heater hose. So let me get these moved. I'll loosen up. I think this worm clamp, because I don't think you can take it off without taking it off of the air box. With that loosened up, make sure it's loose and free. It is. You guys will see better here in a second. I just didn't want to move you for this. It's kind of boring. But I gotta get this worm clamp off of the throttle body. And I think it's just those two vacuum hoses, I think. I don't think there's anything else plugged into this. I don't think anything else holds it on either. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just shove it up there like that. Throttle body looks clean. So this here is our culprit. And I wish I had my radiator hose clamps. Clamp that sucker off. I'm going to open the coolant reservoir thing though so it vents, so it doesn't have like a air resistance on it. That way it doesn't have a big air bubble in there. Okay, so you pull this hose and that hose, but I wonder if I can get creative so that doesn't puke coolant. I'm going to try to get a little creative here. So just hold tight. Where's my zip ties at? Shit. Misplaced my zip ties. Oh man, what? Seriously, I had them out yesterday. Oh my God, you're kidding me right now. This is just, everything's turning into a disaster around here. I need to hire a freaking assistant, and I'm not even joking. I've managed to misplace a brand new pack of zip ties. Brand new pack. I don't know how the hell I managed to do that. I had a brand new pack. Oh my God. I do have a couple in the back of the truck. Let me go borrow a few. I don't know how the hell that happened. What the hell? Like they just disappeared. What did I do with them? We're going to kind of redneck engineer some of this together here, so just give me a sec. 3 zip ties. And a plastic bag. You guys ready for this hack job? I'm going to place the bag around it just so it's got some meat to bite into. And we are going to try to collapse this radiator hose with a zip tie. Manually collapse it like that, pinch it. This is actually working pretty well. Look at that. Because this thing is going to just puke coolant. And I don't want to clean it up. I did this successfully once and unsuccessfully like twice. So I don't know where that leaves us, but just something to slow down the gushing of coolant, I guess. There, what an abomination that is. That one I'm not worried about. All right, so I need a pliers. Shit, where's my pliers? All right, I don't want to go looking for the pliers, so we're just going to repurpose the small vice grips. That'll work. It'll do. Just so over this crap. Yeah, I bet if I spent 10 seconds looking for my channel locks, I would find them too. I actually have the radiator hose clamp tool for these little spring clamps somewhere. Hidden away, I guess. I don't know, I gotta find that too. I love these and I hate them at the same time. When you're using the tool, they're great. When you're dealing with this, sometimes I'd rather just have the worm clamp. All right, this is probably gonna piss. Yep, right there. Yep, nope, that's nice. And it's pissing out the fucking hole too. Sweet. Yeah, just make a mess on me. That's awesome. Oh no, now it's pissing over there. Jesus, it's pissing everywhere. Great. I've got the system open. Apparently some pressure on it still. That's all right. It's just coolant. We can clean it up. I got a drain bucket under there, so eventually when it hits the floor, it should go in the drain bucket. Should. Once we pull this hose, it's going to gush, but then it should be done. Yep. It sounds like it's going in the bucket too, so that's a win. Hold up. I don't think it's going in the bucket. Well, some of it is, some of it isn't. All right, I got the majority of it going in the bucket now. God, that's why I wish I had those clamps. Got those. Watch this. Just tape that up there. All right, now I gotta catch as much of this as I can. The problem is it's coming out of like 2 different spots, or 3 different spots equally. So, oh boy, I wonder if, let me grab that other pan or bucket or something. We're gonna make a little bit of a mess, but at least it's coolant. It's not oil, you know. So that's not terrible, right? This is the oil drain pan, so I really don't want to mix coolant in it, but I don't have a choice. It's either that or make a mess. All right, well, that shouldn't get any worse now. So we did a fairly decent job on that. Those look like 10s. I bet those are 10 millimeters. Or probably not, because it's probably something stupid. Is it a 12 maybe? Hold on. It's a 10. Definitely a 10. This one, is that 10? It's an 11, so that's 10. That's a 10. All right, let me get the impact, because I'm not doing that by hand. Ah, what an adventure. Let me grab the other one so we can slam it in there. Oh, I just dropped it. It's probably fucked now. God damn it. Oh, no, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. All right, I grabbed the other one so when we pull that out, we can just slam it in without making a mess. New one. And I got the box that we can put that in too, so. Anything else? Nope. It's probably gonna leak again now. Come on. All right, moment of truth. What's temperature? Oh, this is aftermarket as hell. It doesn't even say on it what temperature thermostat it is. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think the gasket got stuck. Yeah, the O-ring got stuck. Ah, but yikes, that's been on there a while, hasn't it? At least I think that was supposed to come off, right? It's not stuck in the old one, is it? Nope. All right, so yeah, oh shit, it just came out the bottom of the box. God damn it. All right, is this clean? Oh yeah, it's clean. We don't need to polish that up with a whizzy wheel or anything, so we're good. How's this go? Like this? Looks good to me. If it fits, it ships. Sometimes you got to clean that up because they got all sorts of crusties, but that one's nice and smooth. We'll just ship it. It'll be fine. It's just a thermostat. It's not a big deal. Tighten them nice and even so that O-ring don't pinch. God, all the coolant on that belt. That belt's going to howl like a mother here when we put it back on. It's going to squeak and all sorts of stuff. It's going to sound terrible. Only for a minute, though. All right, ready? Ready. I don't think we lost enough coolant to matter. Radiator hose looks pretty much in good shape. I'd say now would be the time to replace it, but I think it's in good shape. I got the clip where I want it, right? Yep. Don't forget I guess this is like the vent hose or something. I think. I don't know. Vent, return hose, whatever thing. Ta-da! Probably didn't really need to do all this, but I think it kept a lot from coming out. All right, let me cut that. And then we can slam that back together. Really? Side cutters suck. There we go. Okay. Let's inspect the thermostat for failure. Doesn't look bad, but yeah. It's like a little bit bound up almost. Like, I don't know. I think this thing was... I can't tell if this is the 160 thermostat. If it's just shot or what, but either way. It don't seem right. It's like the plastic or the spring on it's like fatigued or something, so I think that was it. Okay, well, let me see what it's going to take to do my heater pipe. It's this one right here. Let me see what a pain in the nuts that's going to be. Because it is a pain in the nuts, but it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I don't know if it's as bad as I think it is or if it's not. 'Cause if I remember right, last time I did one of these, it wasn't that bad. Here's the replacement. And what happens is, like I showed you at the beginning, but the little O-rings in there, they get wore out. There's little O-rings in there. You can see it. Oops. Black O-ring. Those little O-rings get wore the hell out. You're supposed to just, they're like quick connects, but you know anything in the automotive industry that says quick isn't.
Oh, Jesus, man, this is not cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. I don't know if I want to mess with this right now, I guess is what I'm getting at. Oh, I got it. Oh, Jesus. You got to get the bottom. I guess that's the rear heater hose, isn't it? Get the rear heater hose off, too. Oh, I hate these quick connects. They're just... I'm sure when they're brand new, they're great, but after, 6 freaking miles, they turn into crusty. I don't have a pick to get in there and pry it either. Oh, and it's just in this awkward, terrible spot. God, I hate these things. I absolutely hate these things. I don't know why Chevy continues to... GM in general, I don't know why they continue to do this. It's been a bad, flawed design ever since like 2008. And they're like, oh yeah, this works great. Let's just keep going. I just broke it. See, that's why they're junk. See, I just busted that. It's so brittle. And that's usually what happens. Usually it's not the O-rings. Usually they just bust. So that goes to show that it is shot. That's all right. Breaking it actually made my life easier, so. Just can't get this old piece out. I don't want to break the heater hose connector itself, or we're going to replace the heater hose. Which I guess, that wouldn't be the end of the world, but... Oh, there we go. Piece of junk. Hopefully it's the same. It looks like it. I gotta transfer the plastic piece over, because that's actually part of the heater hose, I think. I gotta get the piece off of the stupid, the coolant pipe that goes to the rear heater. That's gotta come off now. Man, that's being a real bitch. I need a little pick to get in there. I guess I can just break it because it's the piece that's getting replaced. I can't break the little plastic tabs that you squeeze, but I can replace the like shroud part of it, if that makes sense. So we can, maybe I could just bust it with my screwdriver. Trying, but just can't. Thing just wants to spin. Can't even break the stupid thing. Oh, might have got it. Breaking it is probably the way to do it here, so we're just gonna... I think I got that side broke. If I remember right, this is how I had to do it on my other Tahoe. All right, there we go. This plastic, it's so brittle. It's just terrible. Terrible, terrible design. All right, every time I do that, I break it a little more. Eventually, it'll pop off of there. There we go. Oh, I almost, yeah, damn it, I almost had it too, and then it went back in. God, I hate these. It's like such a simple fucking thing that manages to be the biggest pain in the ass.
It's like, yeah, let's put it. Ouch, son of a bitch. I'm gonna get real fucking pissed at this here in a minute. But this is just so stupid. You almost need a cutoff wheel in there. Still got my side cutters up here? No. I think I could cut it with my side cutters though. Oh, so dumb. So dumb. If I cut it in these two places, it comes off. All right, it almost has to come off now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, that's the same. Oh, no, we do have. So we've got the new squeezer fingers on the new one, but we don't have it on this part. That means this part is actually part of the heater hose. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. I think I remember this being a problem before. I think I replaced it with a worm clamp before. Maybe not. I have to do this without busting it, guys, because I need this piece. Very careful, because I'm sure it's brittle. Got to slip it up over that collar. Please don't break. There we go. I think I did it without busting it. Look at that. Ta-da. Now watch me drop it and lose it. That stays with the heater hose. Yep, just like that. Oh my god, I need a mental break after that. Oh shit, I gotta get, damn it, I gotta get the little fingers off of the coolant pipe that goes to the rear now. Hang on. Because those are on the new piece, right? Yes. So I'm just gonna cut them. Well, maybe I shouldn't do that in case they are different. I doubt it, but this back one is harder to do. This front one's not as bad. We're just gonna cut it, and if it's different, we will figure it out. It is it is machine, and we are man. We can modify it and make it work. What a pisser. Come on. Give me there. Hope to God that's the same. All right. So do I need to take the O-ring off of that? Or does that stay? I don't want to double up O-rings. So do we have an O-ring in there? No. Yes. Yes, we do actually. Yeah, that makes sense though. Is there an O-ring on the heater cover? You guys can hold it. Let me look at the TV because I think you guys can see in there, but I can't.
Where's the outlet pipe? Oh, it's in there. No, we're good. See, they go on really nice when they're new. Like that, like it just did there. Like, it's a great concept. It's just not practical. See, hear that click? That's a good sign. Oops. God damn it. Oh my God, I'm so sick of this shit. I hate cars. God bless America. All right, I think I got it. That was a satisfying click. Holy shit. No, those plastic parts aren't meant to last, and that's what pisses me off because, you know, how can any of these manufacturers think that that's a good idea? Especially on something that gets hot, because it's the heat site. Like, you know, the intake manifold, okay, the valve covers, okay, whatever. You know, they get hot. But that stuff right there, you know, that's running around at 220 degrees all the time. Like, how can they think that that's a good idea? Like, come on, man. It's just so stupid, like coolant fittings and stuff being plastic. It's like, why? But half your damn radiator's plastic anymore. It's just, it's so stupid. But it's been like that since 2008, you know. That's when they, you know, 2008, you know, my 2009 Tahoe's got the same stupid fitting. And it broke too. So. Just dumb. You would think with all these plastic parts that the cost of the vehicle for the consumer would decrease because, you know, we're saving money, but nope. It is increased while saving the manufacturer money, which is ridiculous. It's evil. We need less EPA regulations on the vehicle emissions and more regulations on what these manufacturers can do when it comes to screwing people over in the manufacturing process, that's for sure. Okay. Whew, man, that mentally drained me. God dang. All right, well, I'm so over it. God bless. Okay, so here's kind of my plan. I think I like this tripod if I could figure out how to use it. So I think my plan, I'm gonna go get the tool and go from there. I really didn't spill enough coolant for it to matter, but I'll get a thing of 50-50, just pre-diluted. I probably spilled a half gallon, but that's not terrible. And I'll take one of those shock bolts with me, and I'll get a new shock bolt. But we'll take a break here. By the way, the GoFundMe is up to $17,100, so thank you guys. It really helps for our Project Weather Eye Rise 26 mission. All right. Well, I'll probably call that a break. Well, how long have we been live? Like 2 freaking hours now? Yeah, 2 hours. Exactly 2 hours. Nice. Okay. Well, we'll give this a short break, and then we will. I'll come back and give you some sort of an update with what's going on. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back here in maybe like an hour. So let me go get something here to finish this up with.
How do I end this? Oh, right there.